Support for WICN comes from listeners like you. Thank you. Every day here on 90.5 WICN, the tradition of giving you the world's best jazz continues. And today, it gets even better as New England's top jazz artists perform for you live from the WICN Performance Studio. This is Live Jazz New England. Here's your host, jazz pianist Pamela Hines.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Live Jazz New England. I'm your host, Pamela Hines. My guest today is Rhode Island vocalist and bassist Dick Lupino. Dick graduated from New England Conservatory and in his 40-year career has played with symphonies, big band, and jazz trios. He's also crossed over into the popular genre and has played with Chuck Berry, Isaac Stern, The Fifth Dimension, Steve Lawrence, and Mickey Rooney. He's held 3 steady house gigs where he's invited an enormous number of jazz musicians from Boston to New York to play with him. One of these gigs is a steady Friday at Chandler on the Cliff Walk in Newport, Rhode Island. And you can check out who he's booked by going to dicklupinomusic.com. Today we're going to play a few tunes from his CD release, Eclectic Nostalgia. And joining me on piano today will be Rick Wells on drums. So let's get the music started. This is going to be The Best Is Yet to Come.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Out of the tree of life, I just picked me a plum. You came along and everything started to hum. Still, it's a real good bet, the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come, and babe, won't that be fine? You think you've seen the sun, you ain't seen it shine. Wait till the warm-up's underway. Wait till our lips have met. Wait till you see that sunshine day. You ain't seen nothing yet. The best is yet to come, and babe, won't it be fine? The best is yet to come, come the day you're mine. Come the day you're mine. I'm gonna teach you to fly. We've only tasted the wine. We're gonna drain the cup dry. Wait till your charms are ripe for these arms to surround. You think you've flown before, you ain't left the ground. Wait till you're locked in my embrace. Wait till I draw you near. Wait till you see that sunshine place. Ain't nothing like it here. The best is yet to come, and babe, won't it be fine? The best is yet to come, come the day you're mine. The best is yet to come, and babe, won't that be fine? The best is yet to come, come the day you're mine. Come the day you're mine. I'm gonna teach you to fly. We've only tasted the wine. We're gonna drain the cup dry. Wait till your charms are ripe for these arms to surround. You think you've flown before, you ain't left the ground. Wait till you're locked in my embrace. Wait till I draw you near. Wait till you see that sunshine place. Ain't nothing like it here. The best is yet to come, and babe, won't it be fine? The best is yet to come, come the day you're mine. You're mine. You're mine. You're mine. Nice. You didn't give me a list.
Oh, yeah. Come fly with me if you want to
Okay.
put in the...
This is one we call the Fly Me medley, and it's a couple of songs about flying that Sinatra and Tony Bennett, some other people have done. So we call it the Fly Me medley. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with song, let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Fill my heart with song, let me swing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Come fly with me, come fly, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me. Come fly, let's fly away. Come fly with me, let's float down to Peru. In Llama Land, there's a one-man band. He will toot his flute for you. Come fly with me, let's take off in the blue. Once I get you up there, where the air is rarefied, we can glide all starry-eyed. Once I get you up there, I'll be holding you so near. You may hear angels cheer, 'cause we're together. Weather-wise, it's such a lovely day. Just say the words and we'll beat those birds down to Acapulco Bay. It's perfect for a flying honeymoon, they say. Come fly with me, let's fly away. Once I get you up there, where the air is rarefied, we can glide all starry-eyed. Once I get you up there, I'll be holding you so near. You may hear angels cheer, 'cause we're together. Weather-wise, it's such a lovely day. Just say the words and we'll lead those birds down to Acapulco Bay. It's perfect for a flying honeymoon, they say. Come fly with me. Come fly with me. Come fly with me, let's fly away. And don't tell your mama. Hey, we got a studio audience. Thank you. Yeah. I love Brazilian music, and this is by a composer named Dori Caymmi. In Brazilian Portuguese, it's called El Cantador. And we say, like a lover. One, two, 1, 2, 3. Like a lover, the morning sun slowly rises and kisses you awake. Your smile is soft and drowsy as you let it play upon your face. Oh, how I dream I might be like the morning sun to you. Like a lover, the river wind sighs and ripples its fingers through your hair. Upon your cheek it lingers, never having known a sweeter place. Oh, how I dream I might be like the river wind to you. How I envy a cup that knows your lips. Let it be me, my love, and the table that feels your fingertips. Let it be me, let me be your love. Bring an end to these endless days and nights without you. Like a lover, the velvet moon shares your pillow and watches while you sleep. Its light arrives on tiptoe, gently taking you in its embrace. Oh, how I dream I might be like the velvet moon to you. That knows your lips. Let it be me, my love, and the table that feels your fingertips. Let it be me, let me be your love. Bring an end to these endless days and nights without you. Like a lover, the velvet moon shares your pillow and watches while you sleep. Its light arrives on tiptoe, gently taking you in its embrace. Oh, how I dream I might be like the velvet moon to you. I might be like the river wind to you. I might be like the morning sun to you, to you, to you. Thank you so much.
So you are listening to Live Jazz New England with my guest, Dick Lupino, and Rick Wells is on drums today. So I have a couple of questions.
I'm sorry, I don't answer questions.
All these people that you've played with, the Fifth Dimension, and then Mickey Rooney, I'm sure you have a few stories from, and Steve Lawrence too. I've always liked the way he did his shows. What kind of personalities did they have? Did you get a chance to meet them?
Yeah. I was telling earlier, I felt really sad when Mickey Rooney passed away. We played a show called Sugar Babies at the Province Performing Arts Center, and it was a variety show, a burlesque show, if you will. And so one segment he would come out and he'd tell this silly joke about going out with an Indian princess, the daughter of a chief, and he tells a story about the chief drinking so many cups of tea, and there was a punchline about teepee, you know. So, and every night he made it a special point to come out and look down in the pit, and I'm sure he did this everywhere he went, and he would increase the number of cups of tea each night. So the first night he comes out, and he looks down, and he says, you know, and the chief drank 10 cups of tea, and so forth. And so the second night he drank like 25 cups of tea. By the end of the week, he's drinking 1,000, and we're dying. And the audiences look saying, what's so funny about that? But that was just a little gag that he had going with the.
You hear stories about the genius of someone like Jerry Lewis, and how he made everybody on the set feel comfortable. He was just he had that kind of gift, not only for inventing so many things, but for knowing everyone's name and that sort of thing. And I was just wondering if people like Mickey Rooney or Steve Lawrence or those kind of guys, did they also were they personable? Were they kind of fun to be around and that sort of thing?
Yeah, they're very, very personable. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if they learned everybody's name because it was with Steve Lawrence. It was a one-time thing. So, but I mean, yeah, he hung with us and we talked and so forth. And I met Jerry Lewis.
Oh, you did?
And had a long conversation with him. Yeah, when I first moved to Las Vegas back in the '80s, I was waiting for my teaching certificate to come through, and I was working at Sears in the TV and VCR department. Back then, Jerry Lewis and his wife come in. And she wanted to buy a VCR for her mother and have it shipped to wherever her mother lived. And so while she was looking around, we just sat there and told stories and stuff. And he had just gotten back from doing what was that show they were shooting in Canada? The Wise Guy.
Oh, okay.
He did it. They did always the storyline, and it was this one. I think that one was about the music business, and he played some kind of record mogul or something. And he was telling me about the shooting and all the stuff that went up there. He was a pretty funny guy.
He's a pretty big supporter of jazz. I just saw the movie the other day where he was interpreting the Count Basie, "Cute."
Oh, really?
That one.
Sure.
And then he's got that really famous one where he imitates the hits of the big band and stuff like that. But so he did so much for jazz.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
It's a little segue there, but. So we'll keep going with the name dropping then, because you've got so many musicians that come to the Chandler on the Cliff Walk and
Sardella's and Greenvale Vineyard.
And now where is Sardella's located?
Sardella's is on the same street as the Chandler. I get them all confused. Right on Memorial Boulevard near Bellevue Avenue, and we do Wednesday nights there. And that's the only one that's full year-round gig, every Wednesday night. The Chandler goes from the fall through May, and so we'll be finishing up this coming month at the Chandler and be off till the fall, and we start again in the fall. And Greenvale Vineyard starts in May and goes through November.
Now, I think I saw you had Chrysanthi Pappas on there just recently.
Yes, she was just there a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, she does a great job.
Yeah. So real pro and great cabaret sound.
Yeah.
So who else do you have coming up, or who else have you had that has been a lot of fun for you?
Oh boy, wait a minute. I got to look at my list so I don't forget people. As far as the female singers, Mary Andrews, Sean Montero, Marcel Gauvin, Amanda Carr, Jody Ebling, Karen Frisk, Ida Zecco, Laurie Colombo, Angela Bakari, Kelly Lennon, Marlene Verplank, tremendous vocalist from New York. She has several albums here. They play her all the time. Judy DeRossi, Ann Austin, Cassandra McKinley, Ruthie Ristich, Tish Adams, Bonnie Mann, and the list goes on. So I'm very fortunate. This area just has lots of great talent, and I tap into them, and they make me look good.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful place.
And we have a great number of pianists. Paul Nagel, who was with Boz Scaggs, Paul Schmeling, of course, the head of the keyboard department at Berkeley, John Harrison, another fine player, Mike Renzi, and you can't say enough about Mike Renzi. Of course, he's with Tony Bennett now, but he's been virtually with everybody. Mac Kripkala, Kent Hewitt from Connecticut, Chris Taylor from the Boston area, Steve Heck, another teacher at Berkeley, Joe Carrier, another teacher at Berkeley, Ben Cook, Steve Beckler, and again, the list just goes on and on. Brad Hatfield, and so lots of great people, and horn players, lots of sax players and trumpet players, all the best guys around. Danny Moretti, who's with me tonight. In fact, Dan and Mike Renzi are with me tonight at Sardella's. Dennis Cook, Greg Abate, who's been here many times, I'm sure. Joe Esposito, Carl Hosbon, who worked in Vegas and was with Tom Jones back in the heyday, and was with everybody in Vegas. Teddy Casher, who everybody knows. John McKenna, Kirk Feather. So it's the cream of the crop. And trumpet players, the same thing. Dave Burdett from Boston, Steve Ahern from Florida, Jack Martin from the Boston area, Johnny Souza, another terrific vocalist, as well as a trumpet player, Jeff Stout, another teacher at Berkeley, been there like 40-some years. So that's kind of the lineup. And then, male vocalists like Steve Marvin and Jim Porcella, Johnny Souza, Leland Brown, Nicholas King, another young vocalist that's coming up that's very good. So I'm very fortunate.
Well, I want to talk to you a little bit more about the Mike Renzi thing, but we'll associate that with your CD, Eclectic Nostalgia.
Sure.
But maybe we'll do a few more tunes from that?
Sure.
Okay.
Great.
I think we've got Beyond the Sea coming
Beyond
up.
the Sea, sure. A song that was originally a French song called La Mer. I think there's a movie called, was it called French Kiss with Kevin Kline? And he sings it in French in the soundtrack of the movie. But I'm going to do it in Lithuanian, actually. A one, two, 3. Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me, my lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing somewhere beyond the sea. She is there just waiting for me. And if I could fly like birds on high, then straight to her arms I'd go sailing. It's far beyond the star, and it's near beyond the moon. I know beyond the doubt my heart will lead me there soon. We'll meet, I know we'll meet beyond the shore, and we'll kiss just as before. And happy we will be beyond the sea, and never again I'll go sailing. It's far beyond the star, it's near beyond the moon. I know beyond the doubt my heart will lead me there soon. We will meet, I know we'll meet beyond the shore, and we'll kiss just as before. And happy we will be beyond the sea, and never again I'll go sailing. No more sailing. So long, Captain. Bye-bye, no more sailing. So long, no more sailing. Ta-ta, no more sailing. Bye-bye. Thank you. Of course, a big hit for Bobby Darin. Oh, okay. Beautiful song, written by Johnny Mandel. Should I tell the story now? When I decided to record it, I had played it for a wedding many years ago, these people had called me and said, "Can you learn the song for our wedding?" And I was familiar with it, but I didn't know it. And so they said they had a recording of it that was by Sammy Davis Jr. and Lena Horne. It was a duet version, but of course I would sing it by myself. So anyway, years went by, and I decided to record it on the Eclectic Nostalgia CD. And Mike Renzi was, of course, the pianist and arranger and so forth. And so I said, "Mike, I don't know if you're familiar with the song. It's not a really well-known song." And he said, "Oh," he said, "this is the one I got a Grammy nomination for my arrangement for Sammy Davis Jr. and Lena Horne." So, amazing. So we did it on the album. It's called "I Wish I'd Met You." It's about older, people meeting in later years and looking back and saying, "Gee, wouldn't have it have been great to have met earlier when we were young?" But then again, would it? Would time have messed things up? So. I wish I'd met you when we were 17. Think of how we wasted all those years in between. But would we have been wise enough to know how to make a go of it? Knowing what we know of it, love's a grown-up game, but all the same, when we were very young, before the wine was tasted, before our songs were sung. But how could life mean anything if time had stolen love away? I'm glad I never met you, till today. I wish I'd met you when we were very young, before the wine was tasted, before our songs were sung. How could life mean anything if time had stolen love away? I'm glad I never met you. I'm glad I never met you. I'm glad I never met you today. Thank you.
I'll have to introduce this next one because I forgot to give you the list. So The Way You Look Tonight and Summer Wind, kind of a Sinatra.
We call this a Sinatra medley on the CD. The CD is sort of dedicated to all of the great singers, Sinatra and Tony Bennett and Nat King Cole and Bobby Darin. I even threw a Barry Manilow in there, and I threw in a 70s horn band tune from the Spiral Staircase, kind of mixed it up a little bit, and a couple of nice bossa novas, the Cantador and another one we're going to do later on from Jobim. So, yeah, this is a salute to Sinatra, a couple of songs that he's famous for.
And we want to remind our listeners that you're listening to Live Jazz New England. This is Dick Lupino on vocals and bass, and Rick Wells is on drums.
And the lovely and talented Pamela Hines is on piano.
I like it when you answer your phone like that. That really makes me feel good.
Okay, a 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3. Someday, when I'm awfully low, when the world is cold, I will feel a glow just thinking of you and the way you look tonight. Yes, you're lovely with your smile so warm and your cheek so soft. There is nothing for me but to love you just the way you look tonight. With each word, your tenderness grows, tearing my fears all apart. And that laugh, how it wrinkles your nose, it touches my foolish heart. Lovely, never, never, never change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look tonight. The summer wind came blowing in from across the sea. It lingered there to touch your hair and walk with me. All summer long we sang our song, strode the golden sand to sweetheart sand. The summer wind, like painted kites, those days and nights went flying by. The world was new beneath its blue umbrella sky. softer than a piper man. One day it called to you. I lost you to the summer wind, the autumn wind, the winter winds. They've come and gone. Still the days, those lonely days, go on and on and on. Guess who sighs his lullabies through nights that never end? My fickle friend, the summer wind. Winter winds have come and gone. Still the days, those lonely days, go on and 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 on. And guess who sighs his lullabies through nights that never end? My fickle friend, the summer wind. Ooh, the summer wind. The summer wind, the summer wind. Well, thank you. We'll wait till that thunderous round of applause dies down a little bit.
We want to remind you again that this is Live Jazz New England on 90.5 WICN, and my guest today is Dick Lupino with Rick Wells on drums. So I want to make sure we get covered some of your concert dates that are coming up in Rhode Island. Can you let us know what's coming? You've got two big concerts that are on.
Yeah, the first one is a venue that Rick actually turned me on to. It's called Sandy Woods. It's in Tiverton, Rhode Island, and apparently they have weekly shows, various types of music, and they're just getting into doing some jazz now. So I happened to catch them at the right time. I think Deborah Mann either has done one or is going to do one. And some other people. They mentioned someone else. I can't remember now. Anyway, we're going to be there on July 19th. It's a Friday night from 7 to 10 or something like that, 7 to 9:30. And we have Mike Renzi on piano, Dennis Cook on saxophone, Rick on drums, and myself. And we're going to do a variety of stuff, some jazzy things, some vocal things like this. And so forth. And it's a great venue because you bring your own food and drinks and so forth, and it's kind of a picnic, picnic tables, that kind of thing. And it's a minimal, like $10, for to get in. It should be a really nice venue. Looking forward to that. And then on Friday, the 2nd of August, we're playing the opening, as we have done for several years now, the opening cocktail party of the Jazz Festival on the Friday night venue at the Tennis Hall of Fame. That's 194 Bellevue Avenue, and it's tennisfame.com if you want to check them out, tennisfame.com. And we play it's a short one, it's 6:30 to 7:45, and then people go into the show, and it's Wynton Marsalis this year, playing that night with Dee Dee Bridgewater on vocals, so it should be a great show. So I've been doing it for, 7, 8, 9 years now, and that's always a fun one.
So talking about Mike Renzi, how long have you been playing with him? And he's the guy that does the Sesame Street stuff. And
exactly.
My goodness, I mean, when I hear all the stuff that goes on behind that show, that's him.
Yes, he was a music director for Sesame Street for 15 years, and has several Emmy Awards and other things. And I was telling Rick about it today. He'd call and say, "Hey, come and help me out in the studio. I gotta write birthday songs from each of the characters to Stinky the plant." And so we'd go in the studio, and he'd have it, you have the charts written out, and then he would be each character. He'd be Big Bird, and he'd be the little Elmo, and the different one, and he'd sing them in that voice, and then he'd just send the file, through online to New York, and they would approve it or whatever, and then they say no, change this or whatever, and then we do it. We'd just come right back to us, and we do it right in the studio. So it was very convenient. This is in Portsmouth, Rhode Island, where the studio that we did the CDs in. So Mike was the pianist, arranger, and so forth on Eclectic Nostalgia, and also on my December songs, which came out a couple of years later, which is winter songs and holiday songs. And that one we did just as a trio. With Eclectic Nostalgia, we had a horn section, we had various soloists. Mike Turk plays harmonica, jazz harmonica player from Boston, and have different soloists. Carl Hosbund does a nice sax solo, and Dave Burdett does a nice trumpet solo, and so forth. So had various soloists as well.
It's a beautiful album. You got a couple of mixture of trios and that sort of thing, and then you get some big band in there and everything else.
We tried to come up with I had 3 saxes, 2 trumpets, and a trombone. So we got as much of a big band sound as we could get without it costing over the top and get 16 guys.
Always a factor. So.
Yeah, and we didn't overdub or anything. We did it straight. So. It was a fun project. We did the horns were done and we did all that in one day, all the horn stuff, which it was a long day.
Wow. Well, let's do a tune from that. We want to do. We've got Gingy coming up here.
Gingy, okay, sure. Beautiful song from Antonio Carlos Jobim. Gingy. Sky so vast is the sky, with faraway clouds just wandering by. Where do they go? Oh, I don't know. Don't know. Wind that speaks to the leaves, telling stories that no one believes. Stories of love belong to you and me. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Gingy, if I only had words, I would say all the beautiful things that I see. When you're with me, ah, my Gingy. Oh, Gingy, like the song of the wind through the trees, that's how my heart is beating, Gingy. Happy Gingy, when you're with me. I love you more each day. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'd let you go away if you'd take me with you. Don't you know, Gingy, I'd be running and searching for you like a river that can't find the sea. That would be me without you, my Gingy.
Well, I'd like to thank Dick Lupino and Rick Wells on drums today for performing on Live Jazz New England. Our piano is provided by Piano Mill and tuned by Bill Trotman of Birdland Music. Thanks to General Manager Jerry Weston and Sound Engineer Chet Williamson in the studio here, and John Marable at the control board. As always, we're grateful and invite our listening audience to come in and be a live audience for our performances on the last Wednesday of each month. And come in and see a live performance of the show. And thank you for tuning in. Until next time, this is Pamela Hines for Live Jazz New England on WICN Jazz Plus for New England.
Every day's a new day in love with you. With each day comes a new way of loving you. Every time I kiss your lips, my mind starts to wander, and I always will be true. I know that you feel the same way too. So I love you more today than yesterday, but not as much as tomorrow. I love you more today than yesterday, but only half as much as tomorrow. Tomorrow's day.
90.5 WICN Jazz Plus for New England. Thanks to Dick Lupino for swinging by the studios today and providing that live music from the WICN Performance Studio. Live Jazz New England happens on the final Wednesday of every month, and you're invited to join us on the radio or swing by the station and sit in on the live audience. 59 minutes after the hour of 3 o'clock. More great music, of course, coming your way, as is true every day here on 90.5. Chet Williamson coming up at 4 o'clock. You'll have all the best.